Nochach min wahaf, Yael Chet. Today we are on the banks of the Mamquam River in Squamish territory, or the territory of the Squamish Nation, and we are going to be looking for Tz'ach Tz'ech, which is stinging nettle. Tz'ach Tz'ech, which is stinging nettle. From my experience, we're looking to find it in kind of disturbed areas. We won't find it in this sandy area, but on the edge of paths and kind of terrain like that. My first experience with stinging nettle was getting stung by it. And then last year at our spring auction, I was asked to make nettle pesto, and it turned out pretty good. I think everyone ate it. And today we're going to look at gathering some tz'ach tz'ech for making nettle pesto. When going out to harvest something like nettle, there are a couple things I need to bring with me. First one is gloves, so I don't get stung. You can use winter gloves, gardening gloves, whatever you want. I bring scissors so that I'm not damaging the plant by just tearing off leaves. The scissors allow me to be like a little more gentle with the plant. And then a bucket, a basket, a bag. Those would be kind of the things. And normally I would have the yo-yos class with me, so I'd kind of just follow them around, and you guys typically know how to do all of this. So today's a little different. I'm gonna actually have to do some of the searching and the harvesting. I miss having all my little helpers here. Okay, let's go see if we can find some nettle. We're walking along the path. We're still on the Mamquam River. Didn't find any tz'ach tz'ech yet, but I have a skill testing question for you guys. There's a plant right here, and I'll show it to you in a moment. And I would like to know whether it is a thimbleberry bush or a salmonberry bush. How do you know? Okay, take a look. Take a look at the leaves, the shape of the leaves, the stem. What do these plants, whether it's a salmonberry or a thimbleberry, normally have this time of year? Do they have flowers? Alright, the Yael Chet. We're in the natural environment on the side of the Mamquam River, right near this golf course that is not very natural, but luckily a golf course destroys a lot of the natural habitat and creates good opportunities for nettle to grow. So, mixed in here we have lots of nettle. I'm gonna put my gloves on, I'm gonna get my bowl ready, and we're gonna harvest some nettle. Often we want to be harvesting nettle when it's young, so in the spring, and kind of harvesting it in the first couple weeks of it growing. We're gonna take a quick look at Char's little reminder here.
No chach na hat, Charlene Queen's na, Tanachin Tlat Equapsum Ochomel, Scotmish Oath, Anwan Auxton Squalwin. Hot squile to seats, to know it, may chuck to seats. Good day, everybody. Hello. My name is Charlene Williams, and I come from the Quapsum village of the Squamish people. And respectful in my being, and it's a beautiful day to see you all today. Well, I wish I could see you, but this is as close as we can get for right now. I'm missing all of my students and my co-workers. I'm doing a video right now as a reminder about how to gather in a respectful way, how to give thanks when we're gathering. We've got Rosie and Tala with us, and Jazzy's doing the video. Say hi, Jazz.
Hi.
So Matthew told me that he's been out gathering some stinging nettle. So it's now the time to gather stinging nettle tops for food, and he's made some. I heard some delicious pesto out of it. I've been doing a little bit of gathering myself. Jazzy and I have been gathering up some cottonwood buds, and so as part of gathering. In a traditional way, in a respectful way, an important aspect is remembering to have gratitude in our minds and hearts for all that the plant beings and the tree beings provide to us. And so when we're gathering, it's important to start by giving thanks. It's an important teaching from our ancestors to remember to be respectful to the plants, to be thankful, show our gratitude, and that we make sure to never take more than we need. And so I think part of that for our ancestors was giving something as a reminder that the plants are giving to us. So I talked to an elder a few years back asking about an offering, so leaving something in place of what you're taking. And so I know that what's often done is people will leave tobacco, and that's okay. You can definitely leave tobacco. But traditionally we didn't have tobacco here. So I asked him what we would, Squamish people would leave traditionally as an offering. And he said that probably some skite, a little piece of skite, some smoked salmon. He said, but if you don't have skite to leave, then it's definitely appropriate to leave a piece of yourself. And so he recommended to leave a piece of hair. And so of course you don't need to give a piece of hair every time for everything that you're gathering. Like say if I'm gathering cottonwood buds, I wouldn't gather or pull a hair for every bud that I take, because then I would end up bald. But it's the act of the showing of gratitude and the leaving of something. And so quite often I'll tell my students, and many of my students already are definitely aware of this teaching, that of leaving a part of yourself, leaving a piece of hair. And so you take a small piece of hair, just one hair is fine. Doesn't really matter where you're taking it from. Take a small piece of my hair, take it to the place where I'm going to be taking the medicine from. But for just for the purposes of today, I'll share with you what I usually say in my mind. So I'll say, Chankwaman Tomi, I am thankful. On halt and swallow, and my heart is good. Halt sits up for this good day, and halt tight for the good medicine that the plants bring. So I say, thanking you in my heart and mind for the medicine that you share with people, and praying that it help those who take it or consume it for medicinal purposes. And so I take my little piece of hair, and then I'll leave it close by wherever I'm gathering from. And that's something you can do in your own heart and mind. It doesn't really matter what you say, just some words of gratitude, and that feeling of gratitude in your mind and heart. There's a spuckwus around here somewhere. Oh, he's soaring way up in the sky over there. Oh. Harvesting in a respectful way is to make sure not to take too much. So I wouldn't clear all of this off of here. Making sure to harvest responsibly and respectfully, not to clear out a whole patch. Chinquaman told me, I'm thankful to you for medicine that you give.
Also identified by the really sharp leaves. So here, if you look at the edge of the leaves, you can kind of see how they look sharp almost. And then if you look really closely at the stem as well, you see all these like hairs on the stem. And the hairs are actually what really hurt. They're the part of the plant that really hurt if you touch it. You can almost picture them like these glassy hairs, and they have serotonin and what's the other one called?
Histamine.
And a histamine in it. And those are the two chemicals in these little spiky hairs. And the histamine is what causes the swelling, and the serotonin is what makes things hurt. There you saw me just chop off the leaf, but for kind of working faster, you'll see me chop off kind of the whole top half of the plant, and I'll try and get like the top 3 rows of the leaves for harvesting. Welcome to Matthew's Ayail Chet cooking show, where we'll be exploring signs of spring and how we can cook with them. I'd like to recognize teachings from Shar and other people from within the nation for teaching me all that I know about the different wild edibles and different things that happen in spring all throughout Squamish territory. So I raise my hands and hoi chachla to everyone who's kind of taught me all about these different things. Okay, we're back at my house, and we're now figuring out how we're getting all the ingredients ready. Remember, we collected which is nettle or stinging nettle in Squamish, and we're now gonna mix together steamed nettle, garlic, we're using Parmesan, or you can use Asiago, walnuts, salt, and pepper. Okay, to steam the nettle, we use this high-tech contraption. I don't actually know what it's called, but it's for steaming vegetables, and a big pot. I'll put a bunch of water in here, then put my steaming contraption on top. I'll dump a bunch of these nettle leaves into there, and then we boil the water, and the steam from the water actually softens the leaves, and it's what makes the leaves no longer sting. So this like steaming process is what makes it edible. And you can see here my sidekick is getting all of the other ingredients prepared. Okay, steaming's happening. It was in here for like 2 minutes, and it's already gotten way less fluffy. The stechwa leaves have shrunk and have now been steamed. So here you can see how much smaller they are. They've gotten a little darker, and they no longer, ow, it's still hot, but they no longer sting. They're not stinging me at all. So all of those little pointy hairs that had the serotonin and the histamine are no longer there, or no longer pointy and able to stab me. So I'm going to take this off because I don't want to over steam everything. The next thing we have to do is make sure we have 4 cups of steamed nettle. So now that it's steamed, I can touch it and it's not going to burn me, or it's not going to sting me. It could burn me now. I'm going like this.
So 1 cup. 2. So we're going to need a little more. We've got 3 cups of nettle. Yeah, we're going to need 1 more steam cup. So while the walnuts roast, we'll get another thing of nettle steamed.
Business time. Now we get to use machines. So take my garlic, put it in here, smell it before you grind it. It smells so good. Garlic is the best thing. So I'll put all my garlic in my food processor. Safety disclaimer, ask your parents before you use this machine. They are dangerous. They can remove fingers, toes, anything you put in them. Okay, I grind my garlic, and then I'll add the toasted pecans, walnuts, I can't remember.
consistency for pesto, the greatest food on the planet. And it smells good.
I'm gonna add my Parmesan or Asiago. It's all mixed. Then I do 1 teaspoon of pepper and 1 teaspoon of salt. Then I'll just eyeball it. That's about a teaspoon of pepper, maybe more, but salt's good. I'll throw that in, throw the rest out. Very precise. Cooking is like a science. Okay, here's the important part. Take the lid off, take the cutting thing out, and you're gonna take half of this out.
So I'm gonna take half out. This part you can just kind of eyeball. Take the half out, put that there.
And then I want to put about half of this in. So I'll throw this in, try and mix it up a little. Really important ingredient here is olive oil. So I've got 1 cup, but I only want to add half to it. So I'll go like this, add about half. Does that look like half? I hope so. Okay, once I've got it all in the bowl, I want to mix it up to make sure my 2 batches are about the same. All of you, I am challenging you to make your own nettle pesto at home. So I'm gonna take the pesto like this. I'll put it in my ice cube trays. I'll freeze it. And then eventually I'll take them out of the ice cube trays and I can just put them in a bag and save them for whenever I wanna make pesto pasta. Or pesto, I was trying to think of other things you make with pesto sauce. You can make pesto pizza. That is the bomb. Take this and put it in the freezer and we'll let it freeze. What is that racket? Can you hear that? What is that racket? Roommates.